Back exercises have always been a bit of an awkward situation for me, as I felt like my back was always lean and striated, but I could never get that thickness. I was always best at pull-ups. In fact, my pull-up record was 46. Granted, I was like 150 pounds and now I'm closer to 180, but the point still stands. I needed a way to get a thicker back. And so what I did was I comprised the most common back exercises and ranked them from S plus all the way down to C. I ranked them on 3 criteria. 1, their effectiveness on building muscle. 2, their availability. Are they widespread at any gym, or do only certain gyms have it because it requires a certain machine? Or could you just do it at home with free weights? And 3, the learning curve. How easy is it to learn? How hard is it to pick up on your first try? No pun intended. Starting off, putting in the S plus tier category are pull-ups / chin-ups. Now, chin-ups technically use a bit more bicep than your back, but it's still good to add variation to the pull-up mechanic. Now, this has a 5 out of 5 on muscle building effectiveness, a 5 out of 5 on availability, but a 3 out of 5 on learning curve, meaning it's easy to learn, but it does take some time to build relative strength to your body weight. Now, the next exercise I'm going to be putting in the S tier, the seated cable row. And this really targets your middle back. Now, this gives you constant tension with the cable and allows you to adjust the weights pretty easily. This provides constant tension throughout the range of motion, which is an advantage over free weight. However, this ranks a 4 out of 5 on availability, as not every gym has this, but this is rated a 5 out of 5 on muscle building effectiveness and a 4 out of 5 on the learning curve. Okay, so before we go on to the next exercise, consider subscribing. It's free, it helps me out, and you can always change your mind later. Now, back to the exercise. Next one on the list is the face pull. Now, I'm putting this in the A tier category. Now, this does target your rear delts and external rotators pretty well. Now, you attach a rope to a high cable pulley, pull the rope to your face while flaring your elbows high and externally rotating the shoulders at the end of the movement. This directly targets your rear deltoids, your external rotators, and your middle traps. Now, these muscles are critical for shoulder health and posture. The next exercise on the list are the lat pull downs. Now, this is going to be going in the S tier category. Sit at a lat pull down machine, you pull a wide bar down to your upper chest while leaning slightly back and depressing the shoulder blades. This is the primary machine exercise for lat width. Good for beginners who can't yet do pull-ups, as load is fully adjustable, and since it's a cable, it is constant tension throughout the entire range of motion. This is a 4 out of 5 on muscle building effectiveness, a 3 out of 5 on availability, and a 4 out of 5 on learning curve. Now, the next exercise is going down to the A tier again, and this is the straight arm pull down. Stand at a high cable pulley, keep your arms nearly straight, and press the bar down to your thighs by driving your elbows toward the hips. I rank this a 4 out of 5 on muscle building effectiveness, a 3 out of 5 on availability, and a 3 out of 5 on learning curve. Great for the width of your back, as it targets the lats, but not that good for thickness. Barbell bent over rows are the next exercise in the S plus tier category. This is a 5 out of 5 on muscle building effectiveness, a 3 out of 5 on availability, and a 3 out of 5 on learning curve. Hinge at the hips with a barbell hanging at arm's length and row it to your lower rib cage. This is one of the most complete back exercises. The next exercise I'm going to be putting in the S tier category is the dumbbell single arm row. This is great for your lats and rhomboids. I rank this a 4 out of 5 on muscle building effectiveness, a 4 out of 5 on availability, and a 4 out of 5 on learning curve. Up next is the T-bar row. This is going to be in the S plus tier category. Now, this is one of the primary exercises besides deadlifts for your back thickness. I rank this a 5 out of 5 on muscle building effectiveness, a 2 out of 5 on availability, and a 3 out of 5 on learning curve. Load one end of the barbell into a landmine attachment or the corner of a room and straddle it, and row the loaded end up toward your chest with a neutral grip using a V handle preferably. This does require a dedicated machine or a barbell and corner setup, and if done improperly, this can cause injury pretty quickly. Up next in the S plus tier category is the barbell deadlift. Now, this is one of the most iconic exercises, especially for your back. I rank this a 5 out of 5 on muscle building effectiveness, a 2 out of 5 on availability, and a 2 out of 5 on learning curve. Now, you pull a loaded barbell from the floor to hip extension, maintaining a neutral spine throughout. This trains the entire back, your rectors, lats, traps, along with glutes and hamstrings. Extremely effective, but demands precise precise technique under load to avoid injury. Now the next exercise is going to be our first one in the B tier, and this is the resistance band row. Now I honestly wouldn't really consider this an exercise, more so than I do a warm-up, but nevertheless it's going to be in B tier. Anchor a resistance band at chest height, grasp the ends, and row your hands toward your torso by retracting your shoulder blades. This requires only a $10 band, but builds your rhomboids, mid-traps, and rear delts in the same pattern as a cable row, but it is extremely forgiving on technique because the weight is so small. I rank this a 3 out of 5 on muscle building effectiveness. Like I said, more of a warm-up than an exercise. A 4 out of 5 on availability, as most gyms and even home gyms have resistance bands, and a 4 out of 5 on learning curve. Now this next exercise is going to be our first one in the C tier category, and this is called the Superman hold. This is more so of a warm-up than it is an exercise, but nevertheless it's in C tier. I rank this a 2 out of 5 on muscle building effectiveness, a 5 out of 5 on availability, and a 5 out of 5 on the learning curve. This targets your lower back using your body weight. What you want to do is lie face down on the floor and simultaneously lift your arms, chest, and legs off the ground. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds, lower, and repeat. Like I said, this is more so of a warm-up exercise. If you feel like I'm leaving any exercises out or you disagree with my ranking, let me know in the comments as I reply pretty quickly. Now with that out of the way, consider subscribing. I appreciate you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.